In the beginning, fire. There was nothing we would recognize, only magma seas, no continents, no oceans, toxic skies, rock vapor. Then, a world-shattering strike, a Mars-sized body. Theia slammed into young Earth, tearing it open. Rock vapor rose, a glowing disk encircled the planet. From that debris, the moon began. The sky glowed with stone, air turned to fire. From that cataclysm, Earth rebuilt itself. The scary history of our planet begins. Magma oceans hardened, thin crust cracked, steam thickened the air. From fire came form and fear. It was only the beginning of violence. Meteors raked the surface without end. The young Earth was tempest, beautiful, lethal. Asteroids turned seas to steam, continents to glass. Slowly, a crust cooled. The impacts kept coming. Gravity aimed the rocks. Each pass rewrote the surface. It forged our world through terror. Number 5. Rogue planets. Endless night. Fact 5. Snowball Earth. A time when our planet nearly froze from pole to equator. Triggers aligned. A fainter young sun, continents near the tropics, greenhouse gases drawn down. Ice advanced, brighter ice and cloud bounced sunlight back to space. Albedo feedback locked the freeze, runaway winter. Glaciers ground across the equator. Oceans sealed beneath kilometers of ice. Katabatic winds screamed off the caps into blue-white night. Yet deep below, heat lingered. Thin melt pockets, warm cracks. Radiogenic warmth kept water moving. Tidal flexing stirred hidden seas. Pressure-sealed oceans sheltered microbes. Life clung to vents, brine channels, and rare subglacial oases. No starlight for surface photosynthesis. The world turned blue-white, cold and silent. Equatorial ice belts scarred the planet. The freeze held for millions of years. Only persistence kept life alive, barely. But volcanoes never stopped. CO2 slowly built beneath the ice-choked skies. Greenhouse warming rose. At last, the balance tipped. Dust darkened ice, albedo weakened, melt raced outward. A sudden hothouse thaw, mega floods roared, global fog cloaked the seas. Super greenhouse oceans boiled warm, storms and weathering reset the climate. Aftermath, die-offs and evolutionary bottlenecks that shaped what came next. 2.5 billion years ago, cyanobacteria learned to split water and breathed out oxygen. At first, tiny bubbles in sunlit shallows, woven through living carpets of mats. But oxygenic photosynthesis flooded the oceans with O2, far faster than the world could absorb. To the dominant anaerobes, oxygen was poison. Membranes burned, metabolisms failed, ecosystems collapsed, a planetary die-off in slow motion. The seas drank the oxygen first. Iron rusted out, falling as banded layers of red and gray, the planet's lungs turning to stone. Ocean after ocean, iron oxidized and sank. Methane, the old greenhouse, faded as oxygen rose. The sky's blanket thinned. The planet cooled. Ice advanced. Perhaps a snowball Earth glazed the oceans from pole to pole. Glaciers met rust-red seas beneath a pale sun. Catastrophe for most, yet a doorway for some. High above, oxygen stitched an ozone shield. Ultraviolet softened at the surface. Chemistry and possibility changed. Life retreated, adapted, or vanished into the sediments. Anaerobes survived in brines, rocks, and deep mud, worlds without air. New metabolisms learned to burn oxygen, powerful but perilous. The planet's breath shifted, from methane's haze to oxygen's clarity. Rusting slowed, blue skies spread, ice later thawed, aftershock on geologic time. A mass extinction, without a comet. This was chemistry, scaled to a world, written in stripes of ironstone and in scars of ancient ice. We call it the Great Oxidation Event, a planetary turning point. The air that sustains us was once an extinction weapon. Earth's darkest chapter began 252 million years ago, the end Permian. Not an asteroid, but the planet itself turning against life. In Siberia, megavolcanoes tore open the crust, the Siberian traps, erupting for hundreds of thousands of years. CO2 and SO2 pulsed into the air. Acid rain scoured the land. Rivers ran hot and sour. Ash dimmed the sun. Greenhouse gases trapped heat. Oceans began to warm from the surface down. SO2 made sulfuric acid in the clouds. Rain burned leaves, soils, shells. Chemical weathering poured nutrients to sea, fuel for a different disaster. As waters heated, circulation stalled. Oxygen vanished. The seas turned anoxic, breathless. Sulfur-eating bacteria bloomed, belching hydrogen sulfide, a toxin that can rise into air, shred ozone, and let UV scorch the land. Reefs collapsed. Coral and sponges, carbonates, stopped building. Skeletons dissolved in acidic, low-oxygen brine. Shorelines turned into kill zones, euxinic shallows, stinking tides, lifeless mats. Fish gasped. Invertebrates vanished. The great carbon factories of the sea went dark. On land, drought and heat, wildfire horizons. Forests withered to silhouettes in choking ash skies. Feedbacks ignited, peat and coal seams burned. Permafrost and clathrates bled methane. Warming spiked again. Then the toll. Up to 90% of marine species gone. About 70% of terrestrial vertebrates lost. Food webs unraveled. Insects crashed. Survivors clustered in harsh refuges. High latitudes, depths, margins. Not a single blow, but a cascade. Heat, acid, poison, flame. Ozone thinned. Ultraviolet seared exposed life. Skies bruised. Seas turned sour. Coasts reeked of sulfur. The killing played out in pulses across tens to hundreds of thousands of years. Each eruption a fresh wound. Rocks remember, mercury spikes, ash layers, carbon isotopes tilting with each surge of CO2. No single villain, rather a chain reaction that stripped oxygen, broke climate, and unmade habitats. When it ended, ecosystems were nearly erased. Recovery would take millions of years. Reefs did not truly return until long into the Triassic. Complexity crept back step by difficult step. The lesson is stark. Feedbacks can amplify and worlds can change faster than life can adapt. End Permian. Nearly everything lost, and yet, given time, the planet wrote a sequel. Fact 2. The day a 10-kilometer asteroid ended an age, Chicxulub, 66 million years ago. From deep space to a bright streak, atmospheric entry turns night to furnace over Yucatan. Air ignites. A roaring shockwave races ahead. Stone becomes plasma in an instant. Impact in a shallow sea. Energy of billions of bombs. A crater nearly 180 kilometers wide. Rock vaporizes. A rising fireball blooms. Ejecta launched beyond the horizon. Mega tsunamis surge from ground zero. Walls of water overtopping ancient coasts. Seismic waves encircle the globe. Continents ring like a bell. The ejecta curtain falls back. Molten spherules heat the air. The sky becomes a broiler. Wildfires leap across continents. Forests flash to ash under a dim orange noon. Soot and aerosols flood the stratosphere. Sunlight strangled at the source. Photosynthesis stalls. Plants starve. Oceans darken. Temperatures plunge. An impact winter grips the globe. Acid rains bite the surface. Seas churn with storm and ash. Food webs collapse from the bottom up. Hunger follows the fading light. The great reptiles fail. Non-avian dinosaurs vanish from the record. Survivors are small, hidden, adaptable. Burrows, seeds, water, patience. Mammals wait in the dark. Birds with seeds endure. Crocodiles and turtles outlast the storm. Weeks to years of dim noon, ash-filled skies, cold blue-gray horizons. Then slowly, the dust settles, and a different world emerges. Vacant niches invite evolution. Forests return, new lineages rise. The crater hides beneath the gulf, its peak ring traced by gravity and drill cores. Around the world, a thin layer of iridium marks the day the sky fell. Glass spherules and shocked quartz, fingerprints of catastrophe. From ruin, opportunity. Evolution resets its board. 66 million years later, we rid the ash and stone, and find our origins in the aftermath. Catastrophes can end eras and make room for us. Beneath our feet, an older fear waits, the planet's own breath. Supervolcanoes, Toba, Yellowstone, calderas the size of cities lying still. Their bowls rise and fall like a breath, pressure building, pressure fading. Rarer still, flood basalts, lava seas that once smothered continents. Eruptive aerosols climb to the stratosphere, weaving a sulfuric veil, volcanic winter. Ash drifts for thousands of miles, roofs sag, lungs burn, engines fail, sunlight dims, harvests falter, supply lines choke, population bottlenecks follow. Along subduction trenches, centuries of strain snap in minutes. Megathrust earthquakes. Cascadia, Japan, Chile, faults that can tilt entire coastlines. The seafloor heaves, tsunami walls race landward, streets turn to channels. Ports liquefy, cranes topple, global trade stutters on buckled piers. In hothouse oceans, theory warns of hypercanes, monsters that could unroof cities. Climate can flip abruptly like the younger Dryas, jets wander, seasons break. Monsoons falter, rains miss, breadbaskets turn to dust or flood. Fire follows drought, ash follows fire, then rain turns it all to slurry. We answer with sensors, drills, shelters, watch, warn, move. With seed banks, diverse crops, cold chains, we buffer the shocks. Yet recurrence is not a schedule, only a promise that cycles return. We build on faults and deltas, on the rich soils of old eruptions. Civilization sits atop a living engine. Beautiful, dangerous, necessary. We measure, prepare, and hope the Earth keeps sleeping. Just a little longer. 5. Our shield is living physics. Earth's magnetic field. It waxes, wanes, and sometimes flips. During lows, radiation creeps closer. Satellites take the brunt. Auroras bloom. Power grids and GPS feel the strain. Not apocalypse, but risk. We harden systems, forecast storms, and ride the solar weather. Far ahead, continents wander. Supercontinents gather and break. Long carbon cycles swing climate through droughts and deluges. Deserts expand under stagnant air. Coasts redraw with time. 2 billion years on, the sun brightens. Oceans begin to recede. A slow planetary thirst. A moist greenhouse takes hold. Skies steam. CO2 dwindles as rocks lock it away. Forests fail. Life retreats to shadows. Microbes endure where they can. Seas fade to basins. Clouds thin. Blue turns pale. At last the sun swells, subgiant to red giant. Its heat softens crust, strips oceans, sterilizes worlds. Mercury and Venus bake. Earth follows toward uninhabitable. Whether swallowed or seared, Earth's biosphere is finished. This is consensus physics, vast timescales, clear direction. Not prophecy, projection. And it leaves us choices today. Steward the climate. Cut emissions, guard carbon sinks. Harden infrastructure to space weather. Manage our crowded orbits, resilient satellites, safe skies. Invest in science that lengthens foresight and ethics that widen responsibility. The far end is fixed. The path there is ours to shape. We live on a small, warm world, circling an ordinary star in a rare calm. One spark among hundreds of billions, in a galaxy among countless others. Our moment, a flicker against deep time. From this shore, we look outward and ask how to keep the warmth. How did it all begin? How will it all end? For us, for Earth, for Sun. That we can ask it all is astonishing and urgent. We are the cosmos becoming aware and responsible. Curiosity forged our science. Care must guide our plans. We build instruments to read tomorrow in today's light, and experiments to test the futures we model. We trace star births and deaths, continents and climates, sun and shield. Detectives of the cosmos and caretakers of a habitat. This story is not just observed, it's one we shape with wisdom or neglect. Each discovery deepens awe and responsibility. Our fate holds grandeur and sober work. Timescales that dwarf us, actions that still matter. Feeling small can sharpen purpose. Beauty and truth, hand in hand with duty. A solemn peace in Earth's present blue glow. A terrible majesty in the sun's future fire. These endings frame our place and our task, to keep the candle burning in cosmic night, to give meaning to a brief, habitable instant. For now, the stars still shine. Galaxies still drift in slow, graceful arcs. And here we keep watch, learning, preparing. Tonight's light carries a memory of creation and hints of what must be faced. The final answer waits in the long dark ahead. Which future moves you to act? Hold this brief, warm, sunlit instant, now. In the quiet between stars, cherish and prepare.